How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite aviation channel. Today I am very excited to present to you all a pretty special Karachi airport update. It's been a while since the last one. The last time I did a Karachi update was back in May, and I really wanted to get at least one Karachi update out this summer. Of course, I've been really busy with the other airport projects and other videos that have been getting in the way, but really wanted to get at least one Karachi update out for you all, especially considering the next update, this video that was supposed to come out, is the 50th update. So that's what makes this update so special. In the little over 6 years of me doing Karachi airport updates on the channel, we've gotten to this point, 50 airport updates, which is absolutely incredible. So before we start, I just wanted to thank everybody who's been watching these videos since the beginning when I started Karachi airport updates in February 2016. To everybody who's been sticking around since then, or even if you joined in like 2017 or 2018, or even if this is your first time watching, just thank you all so much. And to celebrate 50 updates, I did ask in the previous update, what should I do? And one really good suggestion was to do a retro Karachi airport update, which is like to do an airport update that simulates, maybe Karachi airport back in early 2000s or late 90s or whatever. Unfortunately, I couldn't make that happen. So what I decided to do for this 50th update is to do another update with just all Pakistani airplanes, all of my entire Pakistani fleet. I decided to do another update like this. Number one, to show how big it's gotten since the airport started, since I started doing updates in 2016, and number two, because I haven't done many of these 100% Pakistani aircraft updates. The last time I did one was, I think, 2 years ago in the 41st update in 2020, May 2020. So it's been a while, and the fleet has gotten considerably bigger since then. Now we stand at technically it is 19 planes, I think, for Pakistan that I have, which is crazy because when I started doing Karachi updates in February 2016, I had just one airplane, and it was that one, that 777 right there. So from one to, in this update, it's only 17, but I have two others that aren't in this video, which I will briefly explain. So the one of them that's not going to be in this update is this one. It's a blank A321 that I recently purchased from JC Wings. Eventually, I'm planning to make this into air blue livery. If nobody else, like NG, if they don't release any air blue 321s in the future, I'm probably just gonna, that's why I bought it, to make it into air blue. And then I do have, if you remember, my custom PIA retro A320. That one's not in this update because I actually have a proper replacement for it, which we'll get to later. So yeah, those two models are not going to be in this update, but everything else that I've put in the airports in the past, everything else is in here. So so in this update, it's just 17 planes. So 2 here, and then you see all of them there, 1 here, and then there. So it's crazy how far we've come. I mean, I remember, I'm sure many of you remember as well, when I literally struggled to fill the domestic terminal up. I think at one point I was really happy when I had 3 planes here, and look at that, I'm struggling to decide which ones to put in, which ones not to put in. It's just crazy how far we've come. So thank you so much, everybody, once again. It's just amazing. And as some good news, obviously the airport's nowhere, it's not going to be going anywhere. I hope to eventually remodel it or redo some parts of it, because it is kind of, as you can see, showing wear and tear. So eventually I'll plan to remake some parts of it or completely redo it altogether. The main point of this part, I just wanted to say that this video will be coming out on Monday, I believe August 8th, and so next week will be August 14th, which is the Pakistani Independence Day. And as a kind of quote-unquote tradition on this channel, I've just done a special Karachi update or Lahore update on every 14th August. This year, I'm excited to announce, finally, after popular demand, I will be bringing to you all Islamabad International Airport in 1/400 scale, and that's going to be coming out on 14th August this year. Stay tuned, it's going to be big. I actually just finished making my replica of Islamabad last night. I just need to put all the planes and whatnot on it. But yeah, Islamabad is coming to you all next week, inshallah, 1/400 scale. And for the first time ever on YouTube. So I'm super excited to show you all that project. It's going to be incredible. But that's enough talking. Let's get started with this 50th Karachi update. So this is, of course, a fantasy and a special update. So there's no time frame. It's just all my Pakistani airplanes that I threw in to make this video. So no time frame, just a bunch of random flights I'll say off the top of my head. So let's begin here, and we'll talk about some more Pakistan aviation news developments at the end of the video, because there's been a lot of stuff that's happened since the last update. So we'll start over here with the smallest Pakistani plane that I have in my collection. It's the ATR-42 from PIA, and this is going to be making a flight out to Gwadar, and it came in from Suaib, Balochistan. And Gwadar is also in Balochistan, but I forgot to mention that. And here's the ATR-72, the second smallest one that I have, headed out to Multan and came in earlier from Quetta. And then over here on the domestic terminal, starting off here at stand number, I think this is 11 or 12, I honestly forgot. What does it say here? 11? Okay, yeah, that is 11. PIA A320 just sitting here on the remote stand, I guess, arrived late last night from Islamabad, and later today I'll be making a flight back up to Islamabad, because there's not that many domestic flights you can do in Pakistan. There could be if there were more airports, but you know, the amount of major airports in the country is not that many that can handle an A320 at least. So next up here we have an Air Blue A320. This is going to be making a flight up to Lahore, and it came in from Quetta. Here we have next is a Serene Air 737-800, came in from Peshawar and is going to make a flight in about 2 hours out to Lahore. And over here is a PIA 777-200. Is this, which one is this? Is my newer one? Yeah, this is my newer one. I got this one, I think like 2 or 3 months after I started doing Karachi airport updates in 2016. So this is my newer one, quote unquote newer one. It's the second one that I have. But the 777-200ER here is going to be making a service up to Islamabad as just a last minute equipment change from the 320, and arrived late last night also from Islamabad. Not much varieties, you can tell, with these domestic flights. And then over here at stand number 15, or gate number 15, right? This is 15, right? Yeah, 15. Air Sial A320, making a flight up to Peshawar and came in from Lahore. And then just get over here. Another Air Sial 320. This one just pushed out. Okay, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. Anyway, this pushed out of gate 15, and this is making service up to Islamabad after coming in from there as well. Alright. And here's a shot that I've really always wanted to get. I never thought I'd actually get the chance to recreate this, or ever have this sort of opportunity. But in this shot, you can see 3 retro liveries for PIA. Ironically, it's supposed to be the same livery, but PIA is PIA, and they can almost never do anything right. That's a joke, by the way. I love PIA, but this is supposed to be the same livery, the 1960s retro livery. But as you might be able to tell, it looks very different across these 3 planes, even though it's supposed to be the same exact color scheme. So let's go through all 3 of them, and then I'll show you the differences in a few moments. So right here at stand number 16 is the 777-200ER retro livery, which in real life is currently undergoing maintenance. It's actually about to return to service soon, but lately it's been under a C-check right now, I think. It's just recently completed its test flight back from maintenance, so it should be coming back into service soon. But this is a 777-200ER retro, came in from Lahore, and it's going to go back out to Lahore because that's all I can think of. Next up, this is a new one. These actually are both very new. I literally got these in the past couple of weeks. This one here is APBLA, the retro 320. This one came in from Skardu. That's a relatively new flight because Skardu's airport recently got upgraded, so Air Blue recently launched flights there, and PIA has been flying there for a while, but Karachi to Skardu is a new route that launched a few months ago, I think, earlier this year. But this came in from Skardu and is going to go out to Multan later. And then here's another retro 320. This is APBLT. This came in from Quetta and is going to go out to Faisalabad. So these 2 are both made by Aero Classics. I never imagined that I'd actually have both of them, but somehow I ended up buying both of them, which is hilarious. So this one I got in June from the Airliners International Convention in Chicago, and this one I got a few weeks after that online from Waffle Collectibles. So APBLT, this one back here is actually not in service. It's, I believe, either stored or in a heavy maintenance check right now. It has not flown for a very long time, so that one is not active at the moment. APBLA is flying. It actually did its test flight when I was in Pakistan. It actually flew over my house, but I didn't get to see it because it was very windy that day. And then, like I mentioned, APBMG, this one, the 777, is going to be coming back to service in a few days, which is very, very good. It might be back to service by now, by the time you're watching this, but at the moment it's currently getting its final checks done before it returns. So the difference is, I mean, this is supposed to be the same livery. As you can see, there's that one, this one, and this one. It's supposed to be the exact same, but you can see there's many, many differences. I think the most correct one is this one. It has the correct Pakistan International writing on it, but I think the tail logo is a bit too thin. I could be wrong there, but this is the livery. It's supposed to commemorate the 1960s livery they used to have on the 707 and the, I think, the Constellation or whatever. So you can see pictures of those and you can make the judgment which one is the most correct one. So I think this one is the most correct. The livery on APBLA, I don't know what PIA was, what happened. This is completely wrong. I don't know what they were thinking when they got to this one. Everything is way too thick. The Pakistan International writing, way too thick. The tail logo is insanely thick. I don't know what they were thinking with that one. The 777 is a little better. I think the Pakistan International on that one is a bit too thick, like a hair too thick, and then the tail logo is a little too thick as well. But the tail logo is, it's I think a little slightly more accurate than that one back there, just ever so slightly. I can't really make the proper judgment, but again, it's just hilarious how it's supposed to be the same livery, but they couldn't even get that right. So yeah, and then if you thought that was bad, they just got, I just want to talk about this real quick because it bothers me so much. They recently just got 3 more A320s from Middle East Airlines, and they've been operating 2 A320s that they got from Interjet, or they dry leased it and they didn't repaint them into Interjet livery. So the 3 A320s they just got from Middle East Airlines, 2 of them are still in Middle East Airlines livery, but they have all the Middle East titles removed from them, which is fine. But one of them is the SkyTeam livery, and it still has the Middle East Airlines logo on it. And I'm pretty sure that's illegal. You can't have a completely different Active Airlines branding on your aircraft. You know what I mean? Because PIA has the A320 that they just got from Middle East, APBON. They re-registered it. It's the SkyTeam livery. I think it's a law where you can't, one active airline cannot operate one active airline cannot operate an aircraft with the branding of another active airline, if you know what I mean. For Interjet, that doesn't matter. Interjet doesn't exist anymore. So PIA has 2 320s in Interjet livery that they're not going to repaint anytime soon because Interjet doesn't exist, so it doesn't really matter for PIA at this point. But now with the SkyTeam livery one, this is a big problem. They need to definitely either get rid of that MEA logo if they haven't already, or just repaint it. Matter of fact, repaint all 5 of them. The 2 Interjets and the 3 new ones they just got from Middle East, because that's 6 different liveries they have on their A320 fleet, 6 of them. And I feel like making a whole different rant video on this because it's bothering me very, very much, but it's just not fun. Okay, starting with the international terminal now. Here we have an Air Blue A320 at stand number 22, and this one just came in from Dubai. And I guess I'll just head back out to Dubai because whatever. Okay, next up here at stand number 23 is the long hauler, the 777-200LR. Currently they operate only, it's really just two of the same flights that they've been doing these days. Medina, Saudi Arabia, and of course Toronto, Canada. But I think they might occasionally go over to like Riyadh or Jeddah, somewhere else in Saudi Arabia. But for this one I'll just say came in, of course, from Medina, Saudi Arabia, and is going to be operating the longest flight in PIA's network, which is Karachi to Toronto, Canada. Alright, next up at 24 is the 777-300ER in the Euro White livery. This is APBMS, which is exclusively, almost exclusively used for Saudi Arabian flights, and this is no exception. It's going to go off to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this right here is something I can't believe I'm actually showing this to you all. This is a model that I've been wanting to get for ages. If there's any model that I've ever wanted, it was this one. And now that I finally have it, my entire PIA collection is pretty much complete now. And it's just amazing to finally have this. This right here, the PIA 777-300ER in the older 2010s livery. It still exists in this livery. There's two 777-300ERs still in this livery. This one, APBID and APBHW. APBHV and APBMS are in this livery now. But yeah, this 777-300ER, I will just say, came in from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and is going to be making service next out to London Heathrow. I know they're not flying to the UK or anywhere in Europe right now, but it's a fantasy update, and you know, I like the London flight a lot, so why not? So APBID in real life, this plane is also undergoing heavy maintenance. It was grounded for a very long time, and thankfully it's coming back into service now, which is very, very good. So yeah, this model I picked up a few months ago from Waffle Collectibles. They actually had I don't know how they got this back in stock, but they did, and as soon as I saw it, I grabbed it. For a total price like $60-something. Totally worth it, because before, in the rare occasions that this model ended up on eBay, cheapest price you could find for this was like $80-90. So it was impossible to find, and so thankful I was able to finally get this for the collection. It's just amazing. I used to have it as well back in 2011 as a little kid, but I ended up giving it away. I don't know why, and ever since then I've been wanting to get it back, and here she is. So amazing. And then next to it is the I think this is the oldest PIA model that I have right now on this, the oldest model overall on this airport right now. This is my 777-200ER, my first one. I got this back in 2013. Can you believe it? I've had it for that long, almost 10 years. But this 777-200ER is pushing back right now, making a flight to Dubai, and it came in earlier from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And they're not flying that from Karachi right now. They only fly Kuala Lumpur from, I think, Lahore and Islamabad, but it doesn't matter. It's a fantasy update. So, yep. And then last but not least is this A320, which came in from Doha, and will soon be making a flight out to Damascus. I think they've been operating a couple flights to Damascus, Syria, in recent history. Maybe those were charters, but yeah, that's that. So, 18 and a half minutes already on this update. Wow. Hopefully it's been worth it so far. But that concludes all the airplanes I wanted to go over. Briefly, I wanted to go over some aviation news topics, because there's been a lot of stuff that's happened since the last update. So of course, since May, the last update, we've had, I think, 2 Indian airlines divert to Karachi. I think the first one was either a Go Air or Indigo, something like that. They diverted to Karachi, some sort of mechanical issue, I believe it was, flying from somewhere in the Middle East to somewhere in India. But they diverted to Karachi. They had a spare airplane come in, so there were 2 of them on the ground at the same time. And then just a few months after that, another Indian airline, SpiceJet, 737 MAX, actually diverted to Karachi. Another mechanical issue or something like that. And yeah, 2 of those SpiceJet 737 MAXs were in Karachi at the same time. One was the spare airplane, the other one was the faulty airplane, and so they were also diverted, or one of them was diverted, and then the passengers got on the spare airplane to continue onwards to India. So luckily everybody was safe, there was no casualties or anything, and all the airplanes that were faulty, they were fixed and ferried back to India and whatnot. And they're back in service now, so which is good, very good. Hopefully, SpiceJet or Indigo or somebody will see some regular air service between Pakistan and India soon. I really hope so, but given the situation between the 2 countries right now, I don't think it'll happen. They were supposed to operate special flights, or PIA was supposed to operate special flights to India earlier this year. They were going to, and then the Indian government rejected it. Like a day before they were supposed to go, into service, which is really unfortunate because I was really looking forward to spotting those because I was in Pakistan at the time too. It was from Karachi to somewhere in India. I don't think it was Delhi, but they were gonna start service on those routes in January, but then never happened, which is unfortunate. Other news topics, I mean, we have Fly Jinnah, new airline, which is supposed to have started operations by now. They are owned by Air Arabia, in part by Air Arabia, so they are an Air Arabia group company. I don't know what the holdup is. I guess they haven't secured the necessary certificates to begin operations yet. So what's it called, Fly Jinnah, is going to be a new domestic airline for Pakistan. And I hope that whenever they do start operations, they will do very, very well because they have that big financial backing by such a big company like Air Arabia, and then also the Laxon Group, which is a big Pakistani business conglomerate or something like that as well. So hopefully they'll begin operations soon because I would love to see how well they do. And I'll eventually make a video on Fly Jinnah in the coming weeks or something like that. And there's plenty of other new airlines coming up, but that's going to take too much time to explain all those. A lot of new airlines that are getting their certificates and starting operations. There's this really weird one called IPS Airways. They're not a domestic airline. They're just going to be doing flights between Islamabad and Lahore to Birmingham and East Midlands. East Midlands and Leeds, Bradford in the UK. So they're a weird airline. I don't know anything about them, and they haven't really... Nobody's talked about them that much, so I'm also planning to make a video on them very, very soon. They're supposed to operate A330s, leased A330s to the UK from Pakistani cities, just ISB and Lahore. They'll be starting operations apparently in November. They were supposed to start on August 6th, but they've been delayed till November. So we'll see if that actually takes off or not, pun intended. That's really it. I don't know what else. PIA apparently is getting some new planes. They've said that so many times, and I don't know if they actually will. I heard rumors that they might be getting some new wide bodies. If anything, they deserve 787s, but I don't know. That's really it. So that's enough of talking for me for today. I hope you enjoyed this update, even if some parts of it were a bit rushed or whatnot. I really hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Stay tuned, everybody. Islamabad is coming out this Independence Day on August 14th. So stay tuned. I'm super excited for it, and I can't wait for you all to see it. It's going to be a big one. And that's it for today. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. I have more videos from other trips and whatnot coming out later this week. Trip report coming out on Wednesday, and we'll see what else happens. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But there we have it, 50 airport updates for Karachi. Thank you so much for all your support. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.